everyone, welcome back. It's your crazy hamster on the mic. Today we're continuing to play Roblox and diving back into Grow a Garden. We play this game so often. I'm honestly starting to think maybe I should rename the channel to Hamster Gardener. It's simple. I'm growing my garden, you share your tips and opinions in the comments, and together we're building the weirdest and most fun farm in all of Roblox. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Our goal right now is 1,000 subscribers, and I want to reach it together with you. So comment with your ideas about what we should grow next, and let's get into the chaos of the garden. I'm chewing gum and thinking, isn't it funny how gum is kinda endless? Well, almost. The flavor disappears, but the chewing stays, like your brain's saying, nice, we're busy doing something. And it instantly feels fun, like you've got a mini gym just for your jaw. Imagine if you earned coins for every piece of gum you chewed. I'd be a billionaire already. But honestly, money is boring. Buying 1,000,000 inflatable duckies and dumping them into the school pool. Now that's a real investment. And then I thought, why do we always say I'll go to sleep when we're not going anywhere? We're just face planting into a pillow. It sounds like sleep is an actual place, like Dreamville or Pillowtown, and we're like, okay, I'm heading there, see ya. And then in Pillowtown you bump into your friends, but they look like bananas on roller skates. And that's normal, I swear. Dreams are like free movie theaters, except instead of popcorn you're chewing on your blanket. And here's the thing, the world really splits into people who eat the last slice of pizza and people who leave it. Personally, I always take the last slice because what if that slice gives you superpowers? Like you eat it and suddenly, bam, you can talk to pigeons. And pigeons are definitely plotting something. They walk around pretending to look for crumbs, but deep down they're discussing world domination. Another random thought, what if your kitchen kettle is actually a portal to another dimension? And every time it boils, someone opens a door over. Their kettles whistle like they're launching rockets. I'm sure somewhere there's a civilization of kettles, secretly planning their invasion, and we just don't get the signals. And socks. Why do socks disappear? For real, maybe the washing machine is a portal, and socks just escape into their own happy world, where they don't have to be pairs. I bet there's a sock streamer right now, telling other socks how humans always lose them. And probably their channel goal is 1,000 subscribers too. But you know what's awesome? We can sit here, ramble about absolutely anything, and it's still funny even without meaning. Meaning isn't always needed. Sometimes it's fun just to let your brain wander about kettles, socks, or what if trees had Wi-Fi routers, so we'd never cut them down. Imagine a forest with free internet? I'd move there instantly. Anyway, my gum's lost its flavor, but my mood's still sweet. And since you made it this far, here's the deal. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button, because our goal is 1,000 subscribers, and I really need your help. Drop a comment to maybe your favorite gum flavor, or the weirdest dream you had lately. I actually read them. And your comments make this stream of nonsense even funnier. So come on, bro, it's simple. Like, subscribe, and comment. And together we'll build the hamster army of chaos. So here I am still chewing, and it's funny because gum is like a timer for thoughts. The more I chew, the weirder the ideas get. Like, why are school desks so small? They're basically tiny stages where pencils perform breakdance every time they fall off. And teachers always say don't drop your stuff. But come on, gravity's the real villain here. Honestly, gravity is like the strict parent of the universe, always pulling you down when you just want to. Vibe dot, and here's a random thought. Why are rulers called rulers? Like, are they the kings of school supplies? Imagine a kingdom where scissors are the knights pens are wizards, and rulers sit on the throne, yelling measure or be banished. That would actually explain why rulers are always disappearing. From my pencil case, they're busy ruling somewhere. And bubblegum. Bro, blowing bubbles is basically science. You're making portable balloons, but edible. If someone figured out how to trap Wi-Fi inside a bubble, we'd never need routers again. Just walk around blowing bubbles like, oh, excuse me, I need a better signal. Pop. That's genius. And then I wonder, why are birthdays once a year? That's unfair. I want mini birthdays every month where you just get cake and random gifts, like socks with sharks on them. Imagine a society where instead of homework, teachers gave you cake assignments. For Monday, please eat 3 slices of chocolate and write an essay about sprinkles. I'd be a straighter student. You know what else? Ladders. Why do they always feel dangerous? Like, even the word ladder sounds like an adventure. You climb to steps and suddenly feel like an action movie star. And don't get me started on escalators. They're basically ladders with cheat codes. Escalators are proof humans are lazy geniuses. And then boom, my brain goes back to food. Pizza crusts. Why do some people not eat them? Bro, it's literally bonus bread. Crust is like the secret level of pizza. I'm telling you, if game developers made a pizza simulator, the crust would definitely unlock hidden powers. Like infinite cheese mode. Also, I just realized clouds are basically giant pieces of cotton candy, but the universe locked snack mode, so we can't eat them. Imagine walking outside, grabbing a cloud, and just munching on it like, yep, today's flavor is blueberry thunderstorm. Best day ever. Okay. Pause. Let me remind you, subscribe right now, smash that like button, and join the chaos, because we're aiming for 1,000 subs, and you can literally be part of this hamster legend. Drop a comment too. Tell me, if you could eat one thing from the sky, would it be clouds, stars, or maybe the moon? I'll read them all, and the funniest ones might even end up in the next monologue. Still chewing gum, still talking nonsense, and still vibing. And you know what's weird? The word sandwich. Like, who decided that bread plus stuff equals sand plus witch? Was someone on the beach making spells with toast? I bet sandwiches are actually potions in disguise. You eat a peanut butter sandwich, and suddenly you unlock the ability to stick to walls like Spider-Man. Honestly, I'd test that theory if I could climb anything taller than a chair. And then I thought about chairs. Bro, chairs are such humble heroes. You never thank a chair, but it holds you up every single day. Imagine chairs had feelings. Some would be like, yes, sit. Human, I was born for this. But then there's always that one wobbly chair that betrays you mid-class, making you look like you're breakdancing against your will. Traitor chair. And why do we call them fast food when half the time you're waiting like 20 minutes? For fries, shouldn't it be eventually food? But imagine if food actually had racing competitions, burgers versus tacos, hot dogs on skateboards, pizza slices with jet engines. I'd put all my money on sushi, bro, because sushi rolls are literally aerodynamic. Okay, big brain thought. Why do we say sleep like a baby? Babies don't even sleep properly. They wake up screaming at 3 a.m. If I wanted to sleep like anyone, I'd pick a cat. Cats are professionals. Bro, they nap like it's their full-time job. They could teach classes. Advanced Sleeping 101. How to nap on top of a laptop keyboard. And let's talk about shoes. Why do they always untie themselves? Like, I know for a fact I tied that knot, but 10 minutes later my laces are like, surprise! Freedom. Shoes are just rebellious. Maybe they're trying to escape to join the lost socks in their secret sock kingdom. I swear, there's an underground society of runaway clothing, and they're plotting against us. Then I wonder, who invented Monday out of all 7 days? Somebody had to choose which one ruins happiness. Imagine if we started the week with Friday. Life would be so much better. Friday as the new Monday. We'd all be legends by now. And let's not forget about elevators. Bro, elevators are time machines, but boring. You step in, press a button, and boom. New floor, new reality. Sometimes it's quiet and awkward. And everyone stares at the numbers instead of each other, like we're watching the most boring countdown in history. Honestly, we should make elevator karaoke mandatory. That way, by the time you reach the 7th floor, you've made 3 new friends and a rock band. Also, toothbrushes. They're kinda sus. Like, you ever think about how weird it is that we just rub tiny bristles around our mouths every day, and nobody questions it? If aliens landed and asked, "What do humans do?" we'd be like, "Oh yeah, twice a day we scrub our teeth with colorful sticks to keep them shiny. No wonder aliens don't talk to us. We sound insane." Speaking of insane, bubble wrap. Whoever invented bubble wrap deserves infinite cake. Not because it protects stuff, nah, but because it's the most addictive toy on Earth. You cannot walk past bubble wrap without popping it. It's like a law of physics. If they made bubble wrap shoes, I'd wear them everywhere just to make life sound like a video game. Pop, pop, pop walking to class. Oh, and clouds. Yeah, I'm back to clouds again. You know how people say head in the clouds? Bro, imagine if you could actually store thoughts up there. Like, oops, too many tabs open in my brain. Let me save them to Cloud 9. Literally. If that were real, my brain would have like 100 gigabytes of dumb jokes saved in the sky right now. And don't even get me started on ice cream. Why is it always served in scoops? Why not cubes or triangles? A triangle ice cream would be epic. And flavors, like we have chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, blah blah blah. But where's Wi-Fi flavor or Victory Royale flavor? Someone needs to make gamer ice cream. Anyway, before I forget, subscribe right now. Smash that like button, help us reach 1,000 subs, and don't just sit there chewing gum like me. Write a comment too. Tell me the dumbest thought you had this week. Something like, what if doors are just mouths for walls? Or do fish ever get thirsty? I'll read them all. And the funniest ones might get a shout out in the next video. So let's go, Hamster Army. Like, sub, comment, and let's keep the chaos rolling. Still chewing gum, still talking, still not making sense. And that's the beauty of it. You know what's crazy? Water bottles. Why are they always disappearing? Like, I literally had one right here. And now it's gone. I swear bottles teleport. Somewhere there's a secret island full of lost water bottles, chilling with the socks and rulers we keep losing. Probably having parties without us dots and pencils. Don't even get me started. Why do they always break right in the middle of an important test? Like, haha, you thought you were smart. Nope, you're writing with a stump now. Pencils are trolls. Meanwhile, pens leak ink at the worst possible moment. Like they're crying black tears all over your notebook. School supplies are basically villains in disguise. Speaking of villains, bananas. Bananas are sneaky, bro. 1 second they're green, then suddenly they're ripe for 2 hours, and then they turn brown like they saw a horror movie. Bananas don't mess around. Imagine if humans aged that fast. You'd wake up one morning with a gray beard like, oh cool, I guess I skipped 5 years overnight. And then mirrors. Who invented mirrors? Like, who was the first person to look at shiny metal and say, oh wow, that's my face? Bro, mirrors are like time portals too. Because sometimes you look in the mirror and think, is that me or an alternate version of me that just stole my snacks? I don't trust mirrors fully. They know too much. Also, stairs. Whoever decided that one step wasn't enough and we needed like 200 of them to get anywhere? I mean, sure, good for leg day, but come on. Why not just put trampolines everywhere? Imagine schools with trampoline hallways, class to class in 3 jumps. Legendary.ok, random thought. Cereal. Cereal is just cold soup. No one talks about that. And if milk goes in cereal, why don't we pour juice into? Apple juice cornflakes would either be disgusting or the future of breakfast. Someone needs to test it. And let's talk about Mondays. Again, because Mondays are the boss level of the week. You never beat them, you just survive. But you know what's underrated? Wednesdays. Nobody ever talks about Wednesday. It's just there, chilling like the middle child of the week. Maybe Wednesdays are secretly the glue holding reality together. Respect Wednesday. Phones are wild too. Think about it. We're all carrying supercomputers in our pockets that can literally connect us to people on the other side of the world. And what do we do with them? Watch cat videos and argue about pineapple on pizza. Humanity is insane, but in the best way. And speaking of pizza, why does no one make dessert? Pizza. Imagine a pizza with marshmallows, Nutella, sprinkles. Oh wait, that actually exists, doesn't it? Okay, fine. But why not gummy bear pizza? Why not cotton candy pizza? Honestly, food combos are the future. Someone has to try spaghetti-flavored ice cream. It might be cursed, but it might also be legendary.o and elevators again. Why do they have mirrors inside? Like, who asked? For a mirror in a tiny box? Yes, let me look at my awkward face while standing silently next to strangers. Elevators are social experiments, I swear. And clouds. Yup, back to clouds. Don't tell me you've never wanted to jump on one. If clouds were solid, nobody would need houses. Just rent a fluffy cloud and float around the sky like, yeah, this is my living room now. Free air conditioning too. All right, Hamster Army, here's the deal. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash the like and drop a comment because we're on the road to 1,000 subs and you can literally be part of history. Imagine one day saying, yeah, I was here when the Hamster Army was just starting. You'll be an OG legend. So comment something weird, like if you could invent one useless superpower, what would it be? Mine would be the ability to microwave food just by staring at it. Imagine the possibilities. Still here, still chewing gum, still dropping brain garbage, and it feels amazing. Let me ask you this. Why do we call it homework when most people do it literally anywhere except home? Like on the bus, in the hallway, even right before class. Shouldn't it be called panic work? That's way more accurate. And while we're at it, why do we call it school lunch when it's basically a survival challenge? Half the time you're not sure if it's pizza or an alien artifact. Speaking of aliens, do you think they ever laugh at us? Like, haha, these humans invented cars, but still trip over flat floors. If aliens are watching Earth like a TV show, I bet their favorite episode is when we argue about if hot dogs are sandwiches. That's peak human comedy right there, Dono. And speaking of food again, gum flavors are wild. There's mint, cinnamon, watermelon. But where's the gamer gum? Like XP flavor or Victory Royale flavor? Or gum that levels you up every chew? Honestly, why hasn't someone made pizza-flavored gum yet? Chewable pizza that never ends. Genius idea. Someone invest. And then my brain went, yo, time zones. Time zones are sus. Somewhere right now, someone's waking up. And at the same moment, someone else is going to bed. That means technically, the world is always half asleep. No wonder humans are tired all the time. The planet is literally jet-lagged. Also, you ever think about backpacks? They're basically portable black holes. You put one pen inside, it vanishes forever. You put a candy wrapper inside, and boom, it multiplies into 5. I'm convinced backpacks are alive. And don't even get me started on lockers. Lockers are like the jail for snacks you forgot about until they turn into science experiments. Here's another thought. Why do they call them TV remotes? They don't take you anywhere. I want a remote that teleports me to the fridge. Or better yet, a rewind button for awkward moments in class. Imagine saying something cringe, hitting rewind, and pretending it never happened. Legendary tool. And stairs again, because Alright everyone, that's it for today. We had some fun, grew our garden a little in Roblox Grow a Garden, and I hope you enjoyed the chaos as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps us keep moving forward and gets us closer to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the garden? Any ideas for new plants or funny things to try in the game? And I'll be reading them all. We're growing this garden together and making the chaos even more fun. See you in the next stream. And remember, together we can do anything, even create the weirdest garden in Roblox.